Welcome to our series on plant conservation stories of hope here at Cambridge University Botanic Garden. My name is Chantel Helm and I'd like to take you on a journey to explore some of the plants in our collection that have interesting conservation success stories. This story focuses on some of the British native plants which can be found growing on our ecological mound in the eastern part of the garden. The garden has a number of conservation projects involving native species that take place behind the scenes, and you may have heard already quite a lot about one big project related to the fen orchid. This presentation is going to focus a little bit more on some species that you may not have heard of and some projects that the garden has in the past been involved with that are a little less well known. There are three species, Trifolium ochroleucon, Cercium tuberosum, and Bromus interruptus. I'm going to really only tell you about Bromus interruptus in this presentation, but you can read a little bit more about Trifolium ochroleucon and Cercium tuberosum on our website if you're interested. Bromus interruptus, otherwise known as interrupted brome, is an endemic British grass that was last seen in the wild beside a track relatively locally in Pampisford, Cambridgeshire in 1972. At the time, just before it was lost, material from that plant was taken into cultivation here at Cambridge University Botanic Garden, but in 1973, unfortunately, it was found that seed that had been collected was no longer viable, and the species was then declared extinct. However, another botanist had apparently collected some material in 1963. And he kept this secret for 6 years. Unbeknownst to the botany community, he germinated the seeds and grew the plants on his windowsill. In 1979, he brought some seeds along to a national botany conference and dramatically produced some plants that he had grown from the seed collected in 1963. These plants were then bulked up at the Botanic Garden here and distributed widely. Kew then established an extensive propagation program. Seeds were then produced and in 2004 sown at a nature reserve in the Chilterns. It became the first known successful reintroduction of an extinct plant into the wild. Although still classified as extinct in the wild, it can now be found in 14 locations across southern England due to this reintroduction program. Plants currently growing here at the Botanic Garden are derived from those original plants obtained in 1979. This lovely winter annual has established near the ecological mound by the entrance to the dry garden. This is truly a conservation success story.